Duke University has a class called Getting Rich. I took it last semester and let me tell you what it's all about. First, let's cover the basics. It's listed in the sociology department, but it's cross-listed in a ton of other departments. It probably was one of the hardest classes to get into. It was so difficult that the professor actually ended up making the class size bigger than it was meant to be. I graduated last semester and I was still on the wait list trying to get into it. The class dynamic was kind of split in two. So the semester started with learning how the rich get rich, and we focused a ton on wealth distribution and the inequalities within it. On our second day of class, our professor literally quizzed us on the Forbes top 200 billionaires list and wanted to see how many of us knew who the billionaires were in the world. This portion, we focused a lot of our time on this film called The Queen of Versailles. It is a film about this wild family trying to build the biggest house in the world. We even got to Zoom with the director of the documentary and it was crazy. I literally never thought these words would come out of my mouth, but the class had 4 really fun essays that we had to write. The essays were written in groups and they were actually the most stimulating, interesting topics. For one of them, we had to design a housing plan and literally look through Zillow and analyze our options for what apartments we're gonna rent if we move to New York. For another one, we literally had to make an investing strategy. This was the most interesting one because I knew nothing about investing. Literally left with a whole spreadsheet of how I can allocate my funds in the next 5 years if I start making an $80,000 salary. I urge you to pause the video and read the complexities we were writing about as a non-econ person, someone that never took an econ class. This actually blew my mind and I felt so intelligent. Besides the really fun essays, we also had a ton of guest speakers come in. Briefly mentioned this in the Hallie Kate video, but we had a ton of people in real estate come and talk to us about the benefits of buying a home. We also had a ton of objectively wealthy people come in and tell us that money isn't everything. One of my former professors came in and spoke about happiness, luxury, and wealth. He pretty much just lectured to us for 40 minutes about how being rich does not equal happiness. The class is named after a book that our professor Lisa Keister wrote called Getting Rich. Definitely check it out because she is a lady boss through and through. Comment if you have any other questions about how Duke students learned how to get rich in the classroom.